You wake up, and before your eyes are even fully open, your hand reaches out. It searches for that glowing piece of glass on your nightstand. You unlock it, and instantly, a rush of digital noise floods your mind. You tell yourself you will just check a few messages, just scroll for a brief moment. But when you finally look up, half the morning is gone. You feel exhausted, guilty, and empty inside before your feet have even touched the floor. You are not lazy. You are not weak-willed. Your brain has been systematically hijacked, and you did not even notice it happen. To understand why you cannot resist your phone, you have to realize that you are caught in the crossfire of an invisible war. On one side is your ancient, fragile human mind. On the other side are the most powerful tech corporations on Earth, armed with supercomputers, complex algorithms, and teams of brilliant behavioral scientists. Their only goal is to capture your attention and sell it to the highest bidder. And to do that, they had to study your biology. They discovered that the human brain possesses a specific chemical pathway designed to make us search for rewards. This is the dopamine system. For generations, we believed dopamine was the chemical of pleasure. We thought it was the reward we felt when we achieved something great. But modern neuroscience revealed a dark twist. Dopamine is not the molecule of satisfaction. It is the molecule of anticipation. It is the chemical that causes the craving, not the celebration. It does not care if you actually enjoy the video you are watching or the image you are scrolling past. Its only job is to scream inside your head that the next post, the next notification, or the next refresh might contain something amazing. This creates a loop of endless wanting. The brilliant minds in Silicon Valley did not invent this system, but they successfully hijacked it. They looked at the psychology of slot machines in casinos and integrated those exact same reward patterns into the apps we use every single day. Every time you pull down on your screen to refresh your feed, you are pulling the lever of a digital slot machine, gambling with your. To truly comprehend the depth of this trap, we have to travel back to our deepest roots. We have to look at the world our ancestors inhabited long before skyscrapers, electricity, and digital networks existed. In that brutal, ancient wilderness, survival was a relentless daily battle. Food was scarce, danger was everywhere, and resources were incredibly hard to find. Inside this harsh environment, the human brain developed the dopamine system not as a source of entertainment, but as a survival mechanism. Imagine an early human hunter walking through a barren landscape. Resources are dwindling, and exhaustion is setting in. Suddenly, he notices a faint rustle in the bushes, or perhaps the scent of fresh fruit on the wind. Instantly, his brain floods with dopamine. This chemical surge does not give him food, but it gives him something equally valuable, an intense burst of energy, focus, and motivation. It creates a powerful craving that forces him to investigate, to hunt, and to search. It is the biological engine that pushed humanity to explore new territories, build tools, and gather resources even when they were exhausted. Back then, the system worked perfectly because the rewards were rare and required massive physical effort. You had to climb a mountain to find fresh water, or risk your life to hunt a wild animal. Once the reward was obtained, the dopamine levels dropped. Dopamine, you had to work for it. You had to hunt, gather, build, or connect deeply with another human being. The reward was a direct result of your labor. Today, however, you can experience a massive surge of dopamine without moving a single muscle. You can sit on a couch in a dark room, and with the flick of a thumb, access a golden buffet of endless stimulation. Fast food can be delivered to your doorstep in minutes. Thousands of video games are available at your fingertips. Millions of beautiful, highly engineered images and videos are waiting to be consumed on your feed. This is what neuroscientists call supernormal stimuli. We have created artificial versions of our deepest biological desires, and made them 1,000 times more intense than anything found in nature. When your brain is constantly bombarded by this unnatural level of stimulation, something dangerous happens. Your brain protects itself by downregulating your dopamine receptors. It basically numbs itself to the constant noise. As a result, your baseline for joy shifts. The ordinary, beautiful moments of real life begin to feel incredibly boring. Reading a book, walking in nature, or having a deep conversation with a loved one no longer gives you enough dopamine to feel satisfying. You become trapped in a state of chronic restlessness, constantly searching for the next digital high, while losing. This endless chase for the next digital high is causing a massive, silent crisis across modern society. It is the destruction of our ability to focus. Because our brains are constantly anticipating a new notification or a shocking headline, we have developed a state of continuous partial attention. We are never fully present anywhere. When you try to sit down and work on a meaningful project, study for an exam, or build a business, your brain rebels. It feels like an unbearable mountain to climb because the dopamine reward is miles away. Your hijacked mind immediately begins to crave the effortless, instant hit sitting right inside your pocket. This creates a relentless internal friction that leaves us feeling permanently exhausted. We are not physically tired from labor, but mentally burned out from constant overstimulation. This state of chronic distraction slowly morphs into anxiety. Deep down, your ancient survival brain interprets this non-stop influx of information as a sign of immediate crisis. It believes that if there is this much noise, there must be a threat nearby. Your heart rates spike, your thoughts race, and a heavy cloud of brain fog settles over your life. You begin to realize that the digital world is not just stealing your time, it is systematically eroding your peace of mind, leaving you stranded in a cycle of constant exhaustion and deep emotional emptiness. The good news is that your brain is incredibly resilient. The damage done by the modern digital world is not permanent, and you possess the power to break free from this beautifully engineered trap. Reclaiming your mind does not mean you have to destroy your technology or move into a secluded forest. It simply requires you to intentionally rebuild the wall between effort and reward. You can begin by introducing deliberate spaces of boredom back into your daily routine. Allow yourself to walk to your car, sit in a room, or wait in a line without instantly pulling out your smartphone. Let your mind wander, let it think, and let it rest in the quiet moments. Implement strict boundaries by keeping your devices entirely out of your bedroom, ensuring that the first and last moments of your day belong to your thoughts, not a corporation. Engage in activities that require slow, deliberate focus, like reading physical books, cooking a meal from scratch, or building something with your hands. When you force your brain to work for a reward, your dopamine baseline naturally resets, and the simple, quiet beauty of real life begins to feel vibrant and satisfying once again. Remember, underneath all the screens, the notifications, and the endless digital noise, you are still a human being designed for deep connection, genuine peace, and real presence. The corporations want you to believe that the world inside your phone is everything, but the most beautiful parts of your life are happening right now, in the spaces where the Wi-Fi cannot reach. It is time to look up, breathe deeply, and finally come back home to yourself.